Good morning students. I am very glad to meet you again through this physics online class. Are you ready to listen the class? Very good. Before entering into our new topic, have you remember what we discussed in the previous class? Yes. We discussed about the structure of human eye. Now tell me, what are the important parts are there in the structure of the eye? Yes, very good. Eyeball, cornea, iris, pupil, retina, ciliary muscle and eye lens. What is the shape of the eyeball? Spherical in shape. Through which layer the light rays are entering into our eye? Through cornea. Is it? Cornea is a transparent layer. And iris is a dark muscular diaphragm. And different colors are there. And what do you mean by pupil? The amount of light entering into our eye is controlled by pupil. And what is retina? This is the screen image formed here. What are the object we are looking? That image is formed on the retina. Then what do you mean by ciliary muscle? It helps to change the focal length of the eye lens. And one more important part, that is the crystalline lens or eye lens. Okay, it is convex in nature. Hope you are all studied well. Now we are going to discuss the new topic, the defects of human eye. See, some of them cannot able to see the object clearly. What's the reason? There is some defects in their eye. So today we are going to discuss what are the defects are there in the eye. Listen, for a normal human eye, if the object is placed between 25 centimeter and infinity means we can able to see the object clearly. See, if you want to see the nearby object, the object should be at least the distance 25 centimeter. If it is less than 25 centimeter also, we cannot able to see the object. Okay. So, the object distance is 25 centimeter means we can see the nearby object clearly. Okay, 25 centimeter. And if you want to see the far object, okay, the far point already we studied, no? What's that? Infinity. Okay, up to infinity distance we can able to see the far object. Okay, but some people, that eye loses its power of accommodation due to many reasons. Okay, including aging. Okay, the aged people mostly they cannot able to see the nearby object as well as the far object. Okay. So they are losing their power of accommodation because of many reasons. Okay. Listen, defects in eye. See, for normal people, if the object is placed between 25 centimeter and infinity means they can able to see the object. For a normal human eye, the object is placed between 25 centimeter and infinity means they can able to see the object. For nearby object, if they have to see, that object distance at least should be 25 centimeter. If it is less than 25 centimeter also, they cannot able to see the object. And if they want to see the far object, that distance should be infinity distance. Okay, that is the far point. Already we learned what is the near point and far point. What is the near point of the eye? Normal eye, 25 centimeter. What is the far point? Infinity. Okay. But some people, that eye loses its power of accommodation due to many reasons. Okay. The eye loses its power of accommodation due to many reasons. What are the reasons are there? Maybe the aging. Okay. So the aged people, they cannot able to see the nearby object as well as the far object. Okay. So because their eye lens, the flexibility of the eye lens, it will be reducing. So they cannot able to see the nearby object as well as the far object. Okay. So their losses its power of accommodation due to aging. Okay. So what are the common defects are there in the eye? Okay. So the common defects are myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, and the last one is astigmatism. So what are the defects are there in the human eye? What are the defects are there in the eye? Myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, and astigmatism. Okay, these are the common defects are there in the human eye. Okay, so this myopia is a short-sightedness, hypermetropia it's a far-sightedness. Okay, so we are going to learn one by one. Myopia, it is also known as short-sightedness. Okay, myopia, short-sightedness. That means the persons can able to see the nearby object, but he cannot able to see the far object. If they are looking the far object, all the images forming in front of the retina. If the images are forming on the retina, they can able to see the object clearly. But the images forming before the retina, so that only the persons cannot able to see the far object. What is the reason of this myopic defect means the eyeball is too long. Okay, comparing with the normal eye, the eyeball is too long. Okay, and the distance between the lens and the retina will be increases, so that only the image is forming before the retina. Okay, so this is the actual far point of the far point of the normal eye. Okay, so for a normal eye, this far point is set to infinity. Then only they can able to see the far object clearly. Okay, now this myopic person, what type of the lens they have to use to wear to correct this defect means they have to use a concave lens. Okay, they have to wear the concave lens. If they are wearing concave lens, they can able to see the far object also. Okay, this is the concave lens. Okay, so myopic defect can be corrected by using concave lens of suitable power. This is the actual structure of this myopic eye. Listen here. The light rays are entering through the cornea. After that it will be reach on the lens, and all the light rays are focusing before the retina itself. Okay, so here is the image is forming, so that persons cannot able to see the far object clearly. Okay. Now you can see here the difference between normal eye and the myopic eye. Okay. See, for the normal people, the light rays are falling on the retina. So what are the object they are looking? The image is forming on the retina, so they can able to see the far object clearly. For the myopic person, the image is forming in front of the retina, so that the persons cannot able to see the far object clearly. Okay. For correcting this defect, they have to use a concave lens. Okay, they have to use a concave lens, so this defect can be corrected. So the image is forming on the retina. The image is forming on the retina. Next defect is hypermetropia. See, the hypermetropia, the persons cannot able to see the nearby object clearly, but they can able to see the far object. Okay, for them the near point will not be at 25 centimeter. They have to see the nearby object. The near point should be 25 centimeter. For this hypermetropic person, the near point will not be at 25 centimeters. So whatever the nearby object they are looking, the image is forming behind the retina. The image is forming behind the retina. So what is the reason of this hypermetropic defect means the eyeball is too short. Comparing with the normal eye, the eyeball is too short. Okay, and the distance between the eye lens and the retina will be decreases. Okay, here between the distances decreases, so the image is forming behind the retina. Okay, so if they are using the convex lens of suitable power, this defect can be corrected. Okay, the hypermetropic defect can be corrected by using what type of lens? Convex lens. Okay, what type of lens? Convex lens. Here you can see the clear picture of this hypermetropic eye. Okay, the light rays or after refraction, it will be forming the image behind the retina. Here is the retina, but the image is forming here behind the retina, so that person cannot able to see the nearby object clearly. So they had to use what type of lens? Convex lens. Okay, if they are using the convex lens, this hypermetropic defect can be corrected. So all the images forming on the retina, if they are using what type of lens? Convex lens. Now you can go through these points of hypermetropia, what we learned already. Hypermetropia is also known as long-sightedness. So the person can able to see the far object clearly, but he cannot able to see the nearby object. What is the reason of this hypermetropia? It is due to shortening of eyeball. Comparing with normal person, the eyeball is too short, okay, and the focal length of the eye lens is increased, okay. Focal length of the eye lens is not at 25 centimeter, it is increased, and the distance between the eye lens and the retina will be decreases. So this is why the image is forming behind the retina, okay. The distance between the eye lens and the retina will be decreases. So the image is forming behind the retina. What is the reason? The near point will not be at 25 centimeter, okay. It may be less than 25 centimeter, so that only the person cannot able to see the nearby object, okay. So the image of nearby objects are formed behind the retina. How to correct this defect? By using convex lens, okay. The hypermetrophic defect can be corrected by using convex lens. Now the person can see object beyond the distance d. Beyond the distance d. Beyond the distance means below the 25 centimeter. But he wants to see up to a distance of d. Now how to calculate the focal length of the convex lens? Okay, to correct the hypermetrophic defect, how to calculate the focal length of the corrected concave lens? See here, f is equal to small d capital D divided by d minus d. Here the small d denotes the distance. The person can able to see up to distance d, but he wants to see up to the distance of capital D. This may be at 25 centimeter. So f is equal to d small d capital D divided by d minus d. If they are using this formula, that convex lens focal length can be calculated. Now you can see the difference between this normal eye and the presbyopia. Okay, next defect is presbyopia. How this presbyopia it can be occurred in the eye? Okay, this is due to aging. Okay, what reason they are telling? Mostly that old age people cannot able to see the far object clearly due to their weakening of the ciliary muscles. Okay, so the eye lens is fixed between this ciliary muscle. Okay, this is the ciliary muscles. The ciliary muscle day by day it will get weak, okay, due to aging. Okay, so the flexibility of the eye lens will be decreases. Okay, the flexibility of the eye lens decreases means the focal length cannot be controlled. Okay, the ciliary muscle helps to change the focal length of the eye lens. Okay, so the ciliary muscle gets weak. Okay, so that's why the persons cannot able to see the nearby object as well as the far object. Okay, the presbyopia, the eye with presbyopia defect, the persons whatever objects they are looking, that light rays are forming behind the retina. Okay, so maybe they are telling this one it is the old age hypermetropia, and some persons they cannot able to see the nearby object also. Okay, that is myopia. So some persons may be affected by both the myopic and this hypermetrophic problem. Okay, and how to correct this defect means it can be corrected by using bifocal lens. They have to wear the bifocal lens to correct this presbyopia. Okay, so presbyopia is due to aging. Okay, aged people mostly affected by this type of presbyopia defect. Okay, so why means that ciliary muscles is weakening. Okay, day by day the ciliary muscle weakening, so the power of accommodation will be decreasing. Okay, the focal length cannot able to be adjust. Okay, the focal length ciliary muscle used to adjust the focal length of the eye lens. Okay, nearby object if you want to see means the ciliary muscle will adjust the focal length. If you want to see the far object, the ciliary muscle needs to adjust the focal length. But this problem cannot able to clear by using this ciliary muscles. Okay, so this problem can be solved by using bifocal lens. Okay, some persons may be myopic defect and some person hypermetropy. Both the defect also there in the eye means that is called as the presbyopia. It can be corrected by using what type of lens? Bifocal lens. The presbyopia defect can be corrected by using bifocal lens. Okay, so here this is the bifocal glasses, spectacles. Okay, so here two type of lens also there. Okay, so this upper part, what is the lens is there means concave lens, and here this is the convex lens. Okay, so concave lens, you all know that it is used to correct the defect of myopia, and this convex lens, it is used to correct the defect of hypermetropia. Listen, the concave lens, it is used to see the distant object, and this convex lens, it is used to see the nearby object. Okay, so this is the bifocal lens. Okay, two type of lens also fixed in the same glasses. Now see, presbyopia. What's the reason of presbyopia? The eye loses its power of accommodation due to aging. Okay, mostly aged people are affected by this type of defect, presbyopia. What is the reason of this? The ciliary muscles become weak and the eye lens become inflexible. Okay, so the eye lens is supported with the help of the ciliary muscles. The ciliary muscles become weak, so the eye lens become inflexible. Okay, the flexibility of the eye lens is decreases. The aged person cannot see the nearby object clearly, so this type of defect is also called as old age hypermetropia. This is also called as old age hypermetropia. And some persons may have both the defects of vision. Okay, both myopia and hypermetropia. Both myopia and hypermetropia are there. So, it can be corrected by using what type of lens? Bifocal lens. Okay, if they are wearing this bifocal lens, it can be corrected. Okay, so presbyopia can be corrected by using bifocal lenses. Okay, so here in this bifocal lens, the upper part it consists of concave lens and the lower part it consists of convex lens. Okay, so two type of lens also there. The concave lens, it is used to see the nearby concave lens, it is used to see the far object, and the convex lens, it is used to see the nearby object clearly. The next type of defect is astigmatism. See here, astigmatism is a defect. The persons cannot able to identify the parallel and horizontal lines. Okay, the astigmatism is a device. The eye cannot see parallel and horizontal lines. This defect may be inherited or occurred. Inherited means from the birth itself, some persons are affected by this astigmatism. Okay, so and some other persons, it may be arises due to the development of cataract. Okay, cataract, you all know that. Okay, and the cornea will be affected by this cataract. So due to this, the structure of this eye lens will be changing. The imperfect structure of this eye lens. Okay, comparing with this normal eye. See here the difference between the healthy eye and the eye with astigmatism. See this is the normal human eye lens. Okay, but those who are affected by this astigmatism, the lens structure is changing. Okay, this is maybe due to cataract in their lenses and ulceration of cornea. Okay, ulcer problem is there in the cornea and injury to the refracting surfaces. Okay, somebody they met with the accident, so they are affected by this refracting surface is affected by some injuries. Okay, so due to this this astigmatism is developed in their eye, so they cannot able to see that parallel and horizontal lines clearly. Okay, what is the reason? Maybe inherited. Okay, the parents are affected by this astigmatism, then the children also may be affected by this astigmatism. Okay, maybe inherited or occurred. Mainly the structure of this eye lens is changing, imperfect structure of this eye lens. Okay, and also the development of cataract on the lens and ulceration of cornea, injury to the refracting surfaces. These are the reason of this astigmatism. Okay, and how to correct this defect means it can be corrected by using cylindrical lenses or toric lenses. Okay, cylindrical lenses or toric lenses want to. One more thing, listen here. For the astigmatism persons, they will have the multiple focal points. See here. Here one focal point is there, here one focal point. Okay, so multiple focal points. So they cannot able to see the object clearly. Okay, the horizontal and parallel lines they cannot able to identify. Okay, what's the reason? They will have the multiple focal point. Okay, it won't be correctly on the retina. Okay, so that is the reason multiple focal points are there in the eye. Okay. The astigmatism can be corrected by using contact lenses or toric lenses. Okay, it can able to fix on the eye itself. Okay, so the toric lenses or contact lenses, if they are using, this problem can be solved. Okay, so astigmatism persons, they have to wear the contact lenses or cylindrical lenses or toric lenses. Okay, toric lenses. Okay, in your book they given toric, but actually toric, T-O-R-R-I-C. Okay, toric lenses they had to use. Okay, there will be the different types of different colors of toric lenses are there. These are the different types of toric lenses to correct the astigmatism defect. These are the different types of lenses they have to use. Okay, astigmatism can be corrected by using cylindrical lenses. Different colors are there. Cylindrical lenses or toric lenses. Astigmatism, the persons cannot see parallel and horizontal lines clearly. Okay, parallel lines as well as horizontal lines they cannot able to see clearly. What is the reason? It may be inherited. Okay, inherited means from the birth itself they will have this defect, or it may be occurred. Okay, inherited or occurred. Okay. And what is the reason? Due to this problem, there will be changing the structure. Okay, imperfect structure of this eye lens. Okay, the structure of this eye lens is changing. Imperfect structure of this eye lens. And also development of cataract on their lens. Okay, cataract is developed on their eyes. This problem is arised. Okay, astigmatism and ulceration of cornea. Okay, cornea portion, there is a ulceration of the cornea and injury to the refracting surfaces. Okay, maybe they got injured in the eye, means that refracting surface will be affected. Okay, so due to this reason, this astigmatism is developed in their eye. How to correct this defect? It can be corrected by using cylindrical lenses. Okay, cylindrical lenses or toric lenses. Okay, cylindrical lenses or toric lenses, if they are using, it can be corrected. Hope you are all understand about the defects of eye. Okay, what are the defects? Myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia and astigmatism. Okay, what you can observe in this picture? Yes, very good, sir. Microscope. Okay, next we are going to learn about the microscope. So, microscope is an optical instrument which helps to see the tiny objects. Okay, the small object we can able to see clearly by using this microscope. There is two types of microscopes there. What are they? Simple microscope and compound microscope. What do you mean by microscope? It's an optical instrument wherein you will use this microscope. Yes, in the laboratory for seeing this structure of this cell. Okay, plant cell, animal cell, we can able to see by using this microscope, isn't it? Then in the day-to-day life also the persons they are using this microscope in the medical field as well as in the industrial field also they are using this microscope. Two types of microscopes are there. Compound microscope and a simple microscope. This is the structure of this simple microscope. What is this lens? Convex lens. Okay. So simple microscope, it has a convex lens of short focal length. Okay. Convex lens of short focal length. The convex lens is held near to the eye to get enlarged image of the small object. To get the enlarged image of the small object, the convex lens is kept near to the eye. Okay. So listen here. So the object is placed at a point within the principal focus. Okay. So this is the optical point, isn't it? O be the optic center, and here here maybe the principal focus is here. Here we have to keep the object between the principal focus. Okay, within the principal focus point you have to keep the object. Okay, so the image is forming the same side of the object. The image is forming at the same side of this object. It is what type of image this one? It is erect or virtual image? Yes, it is a erect and virtual. Okay, virtual means it is not a real image. Virtual image is formed on the same side of the object. Okay, which side you are keeping the object? Same side, the enlarged image. Okay, we can see the enlarged image of the small objects. It produces erect, virtual and enlarged image. The image is formed in the same side of the object. Okay, so within that distance 25 centimeter, that image is formed. Okay, the image is formed within that distance of 25 centimeter. Okay. So microscope is an optical instrument which helps to see the tiny object, small object. Two types of microscope, what are they? Simple microscope and compound microscope. Okay. So simple microscope we learnt. It has a convex lens of short focal length. Okay, convex lens of short focal length. And where is the lens is there? It is held nearer to the eye to get a enlarged image of the small object. Now we can see working. The object is placed at a point within the principal focus. Okay, nearer to the principal focus you have to keep the object. And the observer eye is placed behind the lens. You have to keep the eye behind the lens. And now if you are looking, we can see the erect, virtual and enlarged image. Okay, erect image means not an inverted image. Okay, it is a virtual image. Virtual means not a real image. And enlarged, comparing to the size of the object, it produces the large size of the image we can see. The image is in the same side of the object. Okay, which side you are keeping the object, the same side we can see the image. Okay. Now we can see what are the uses of this simple microscope. The simple microscope is used by watch repairers. Okay, for seeing the tiny objects or tiny things in the watch, they are using this simple microscope to see the enlarged image of this objects. They are using this simple microscope. Okay, it can be used by watch repairers. They are using the simple microscope. Next one, it can be used by the jewelers. Okay, the jewelers, after making the jewelers, they are seeing that with the simple microscope. Okay, to seeing the designs. Okay, everything they are using this simple microscope. It can be used by the jewelers. Okay, to seeing the enlarged image of the jewels. Okay. Next one, it can be used as the reading lens. Okay, to the small letters, it can be enlarged by using the simple microscope. Okay, so it can be act as the reading lens. Okay, so next uses, it can be used as the reading lens. The next one is to observe the floral parts. Okay, and also we can observe the small insects and all by using this simple microscope. Okay, to observe the parts of flower and also the insects. Okay, by using this simple microscope. Next one is, it is used in the field of forensic science. Okay, to observe the fingerprint. Okay, to observe the fingerprints, they are using this simple microscope. You all know that what is forensic science, isn't it? It is used in the used to identify the criminals, and also in the various fields this forensic science is used. Okay, to observe the fingerprints in the field of forensic science, the simple microscope is used. The next type is compound microscope. Okay, so comparing with the simple microscope, it gives better magnification power. Okay, so it will be helps to increase the power up to the magnification up to 50 to 200 times comparing with the simple microscope. Okay. So for getting the high magnification, we need the lens with the less focal length. Okay. The lens used here, we need a less focal length. Okay. The focal length of the lenses decreases, we can get the high magnification power. Okay. But this focal length of the lens cannot be decreased within certain limit. So this limitation can be solved by using separate biconvex lenses. Okay, more than 2 convex lenses and all used here in this compound microscope. Simple microscope we can use only one lens, but here in this compound microscope more than one lens is used. Okay, the focal length of the lens decreases means we can get the high magnification power. Okay, so the focal length of the lens cannot be decreased within certain limit. So this limitation can be solved by using the 2 separate biconcave lenses used. This is the structure of this compound microscope. You can see here 2 lenses are there. Okay, 2 convex lenses there. One is the objective lens, another one is the eye lens. Okay, objective lens and eye lens. Okay, so here the lens with a shorter focal length is placed near to the object. Okay, here AB be the object. The lens with shorter focal length is placed near to the object, and the lens with high focal length is placed nearer to the eye. Okay, the lens with high focal length is placed nearer to the eye lens. Okay, it is eyepiece or eye lens. And both the lenses are fixed in the narrow tube. Okay, both the lenses are fixed in a narrow tube. Now, working. See here, the object AB is placed slightly greater than the focal length of the objective lens. See here, this is the focal length. Okay, from here to here, this is the focal length. But we are keeping the objects just greater than this focal length. Okay, just greater than the focal length, we are keeping the object. Object AB is placed at a distance slightly greater than the focal length of the objective lens. Now the real and, see here, the real and inverted image A dash B dash be the first image. Okay, the A dash B dash be the image is formed at the other side of the objective lens. Okay, so here we are keeping the object, we are getting the image in the other side. A dash B dash be the first image. Now this image will be act as the object for this eye lens. Okay, so the observer is looking through this lens, eye lens. So this image will be act as the object of this eye lens. Okay, the image is act as the object of this eye lens. Now if you are adjusting the position of this eye lens, we can get enlarged image. Okay, so the image falls within the principal focus of this eye lens, and we can get the visual enlarged and erect image. Okay, on the same side of the object. Which side we kept the object, the same side we can get the visual enlarged image on the same side of the object. Okay, so comparing with the simple microscope, it has 50 to 200 times more magnification power. Okay, so comparing with simple microscope, it has more magnification power. Here 2 lenses are used. One is objective lens, another one is eye lens. Objective lens, it is placed nearer to the object, and the eye lens is placed nearer to the eye. Okay, observer's eye. Okay, so here this is the short focal length and this have the long focal length. Okay, so first image is formed on the other side of this lens. This image will be act as the object of the eye lens. Okay, so the enlarged image we can see on the same side of this object. Okay, visual enlarged and erect image. Okay, A double dash and B double dash, this denotes the final image. Okay, the magnified image we can see through this compound microscope. This is the traveling microscope. Next type, traveling microscope. This is one of the best instrument measuring very small length. Okay, with high degree accuracy. That is even 0.01 millimeter even we can measure by using this traveling microscope. It works on the principle of a vernier. Okay, we all know about this principle of vernier. We already learned in the lower classes. Okay, and the least count of this traveling microscope is 0.01 millimeter. Okay, what's the least count of this traveling microscope? 0.01 millimeter. With a very small length, even the 0.01 millimeter even we can measure by using this traveling microscope. Okay, so we can measure with high degree accuracy by using this traveling microscope. Now we can go through all the points what we learned already. Uses of simple microscope. Tell me what are the uses? It is used by watch repairers and jewelers, and also it is used to read small letters clearly, and to observe the parts of flower and insects. We are using this simple microscope, and also it is used to observe the fingerprints in the field of forensic science. And we learned about the compound microscope. It is used to see the tiny objects and it gives better magnification power than the simple microscope. Okay, and for getting the high magnification, the lens with lesser focal length is necessary. Okay, so to getting the lens with less focal length, we are using this type of biconvex lenses. Okay, the focal length of this lens cannot be decreased within certain limit. Okay, so this limitation can be solved by using two separate biconvex lenses. Okay, in the compound microscope, two lenses are used. Now, what are they? Objective lens and eye lens. Okay. Now, this image, the first image behaves as the object for the eye lens. Okay, the image behaves as the object for the eye lens. And now the position of the eye lens is adjusted. Okay, this image acts as the object for the eye lens. Now we have to adjust the position of the eye lens. Okay, to get the enlarged image. Okay, the position of this eye lens is adjusted in such a way that the image A dash B dash falls within the principal focus of the eyepiece. Okay, so the image falls on the principal focus of the eyepiece. Due to this, a virtual enlarged and erect image. Okay, virtual enlarged and erect image A double dash B double dash is formed on the same side of the object. Which side we kept the object same side, we can see the image. Okay, comparing with the simple microscope, it has 50 to 200 times more magnification power than the simple microscope. Okay, 50 to 200 times more magnification power than the simple microscope. Then we learnt about the traveling microscope. It is one of the best instrument measuring a very small length with high degree accuracy. What's the accuracy? 0.01 millimeter. It is works on this principle of what? Vernier. Okay, it is works as the principle of vernier. And what is the least count of this? 0.01 millimeter. Okay, this is the least count of this traveling microscope. I hope you are all understand about the microscope. Okay, types of microscope, simple microscope and compound microscope. Have you all understand? Yes. What you can see here? This is a telescope. Yes, next we are going to learn about the telescope. Can you tell what is the use of telescope? To see the distant object. Okay, we are seeing distant object clearly by using the telescope. Telescope also it is optical instrument, and the first telescope was invented by Johann Lippershey in the year of 1608. Okay, he only first invented the telescope in the year of 1608. And after that, Galileo made a telescope to see the distant star, to observe the distant stars. He made a telescope, Galileo Galilei. And he observed the satellites of Jupiter, and there is a rings, there's a ring on the Saturn planet, okay, that are all observed by this Galileo's telescope, okay. And Kepler's invented the telescope in the year of 1611. It is similar to the astronomical telescope. Okay, so telescope, it is used to see the distant object in a clear manner. Okay, for example, the lunar eclipse, okay, that and all we can observe clearly by using this telescope. Okay, we can see the stars, the planets, structures, that and all we can view by using this telescope. Who first invented the telescope? The first telescope was invented by Johann Lippershey in the year of 1608, and Galileo made a telescope to observe the distant stars. Okay, and also he observed what and all? He observed the planet Jupiter, and there is a rings on the Saturn planet. Okay, that and all observed by Galileo's telescope. And Kepler invented the telescope in the year of 1611, which is similar to the astronomical telescope. So telescope is used to see the distant object in a clear manner. It is an optical instrument. The first telescope invented by Johann Lippershey in the year of 1608. And Galileo made a telescope. It is used to observe the distant stars. Okay, and also he observed the satellites of Jupiter and the rings of Saturn. Then Kepler made one telescope in the year of 1611, which is similar to the astronomical telescope. Now we are going to discuss what are the types of telescope. Okay, based on their optical property. Optical property means there is the different types of lenses and mirrors are used. Based on this, we can classify the telescope into two types. What are the two types? Refracting telescope and reflecting telescope. Okay, refracting telescope and reflecting telescope. So here in this refracting telescope, lenses is used. What type of lenses is used here? Refracting telescope lenses are used, and the reflecting telescope mirrors. What type of mirror? Parabolic mirrors. Okay, so it's round shaped. It was there. Parabolic mirrors are used in the reflecting telescope. And here refracting telescope, example Galilean telescope, Keplerian telescope and achromatic refractors. These are the example of refracting telescope. All telescope used lenses only. Okay, Galilean telescope, Keplerian telescope, achromatic refractors. And here reflecting telescope, example Gregorian telescope, Cassegrain telescope, Newtonian telescope. Gregorian, Cassegrain and Newtonian. These are the example of reflecting telescope. Okay, so types of telescope based on the optical property, it can be divided into refracting telescope and reflecting telescope. Mainly here it is lenses are used, and reflecting telescope the parabolic mirrors are used here. Now you can see the different types of telescope examples. Galilean telescope, and this is the Galilean telescope. This is the achromatic refractor. Okay, achromatic refractor. And this is the Gregorian telescope. And this is the Newtonian telescope. And this is the Cassegrain telescope. These are the reflecting telescope. Okay. The two major types of telescope are astronomical telescope and terrestrial telescope. This is the astronomical telescope and this is the terrestrial telescope. Okay. This astronomical telescope used to view the heavenly bodies like stars, okay, planets and galaxies and satellites. Okay, this is the astronomical telescope. This astronomical telescope always given inverted image. Okay, so it is not suitable for viewing the objects on the surface of the earth. Okay, only they are it is used to see the heavenly bodies like stars, planets, galaxies and satellite. Okay, this is the astronomical telescope. Okay, now what is terrestrial telescope? Terrestrial telescope, it is used to provide the erect image to view the image of the surface on the earth. They are using the terrestrial telescope. It always provides the erect image. Okay, erect means it's not an inverted image. Always it provides the correct erect image. Okay, so the terrestrial telescope, it is used to view the objects on the surface of the earth. Now you can see the advantages of telescope. It is used to view the galaxies, planets, stars and other heavenly bodies. Okay. And camera can be attached for taking photograph for the celestial objects. Okay. So here in the telescope, the camera also it is fixed. So whatever images it is looking, it can able to take the photograph also for the celestial, especially the celestial objects or heavenly object. It can be viewed even with the low intensity of light. Okay. So during this night time also it can able to take this photograph. Okay. It can be viewed even with the low intensity of light. Now we can see what are the disadvantages of this telescope. It always need the frequent maintenance is required. Okay. Often we have to maintain the telescope. Okay. Frequent maintenance is needed. And it is not easily portable one. You have to fix in one particular place. Always we cannot able to carry here and there. Okay, these are the two disadvantages of this telescope. What is that? Frequent maintenance is required and is not easily portable one. So far we have learned the second lesson. So second lesson over. So you have to learn all the questions. Today's portion, today's homework, difference between myopia and hypermetropia. See, it is page number 25. Just you have to take one long size note and you have to make a tabular column and write all these answers. Learn and write. Okay, difference between myopia and hypermetropia. It's page number 25. And the second question, explain the construction and working of a simple microscope with diagram. Okay, it is given page number 26. Third one, explain the construction and working of a compound microscope. It is page number 26 and 27. Okay, just you have to mark all this. Simple microscope, page number 26. Mark from here to here. Simple microscope have convex lens of short focal length. This diagram and up to here. It is least distance of distribution, that is 25 centimeter. And construction of the compound microscope, the same page number. See from here to mark. Okay, compound microscope construction to consist of two convex lenses of lens with a shorter focal length. From here to working, the next page number, diagram up to here. 50 to 200 times more magnification power than the simple microscope. Next, difference between myopia and hypermetropia. To mark page number 25. See, just go through all this paragraph and you have to write the difference. Okay, at least 7 or 6 difference you have to write for each myopia and hypermetropia. Children, you have to complete this 3 questions, learn and write in your note. Okay, then the remaining book back questions and problems I will give you in the next class. Okay, that problems also you have to write in the same note. Thank you, students.